Yeah, the motivation is that looking at the economy is very hard. There's no work for the youths. We are struggling to get something to, manage ourselves.
Akufo-Addo's government has been on a journey of expanding the country's tax base. One of the most recent ones is a 10% tax on earnings from lotteries, games of chances, or what we call sports bettings. This is SayitLoud on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Echi Atisu. We are here in Dome, Pillar 2. We're speaking with some young men who have been engaged in the act of betting, which is very popular. Let's speak to some of them. This is Richard. Richard, you are the one who penned the statement from the Concerned Bettors Association of Ghana. Okay, tell me, what exactly is the motivation to have penned that letter?
Yeah, the motivation is that looking at the economy is very hard. There's no work for the youths. We are struggling to get something to, manage ourselves. So, street boys have been struggling to get something to go and try their luck, to get something to establish themselves. So if you are putting a 10% tax on betting, those who are betting, is something which is very bad, because already they have taxed the company. So if you are taxing those who are into betting, that is very bad.
It sounds like this is beyond just the monies you get. I want us to more or less understand where all of this is coming from. Why betting is such a big deal for all of you. Abednego, you also bet, right? Why do you actually bet?
Just to multiply my income. Yes.
So that's to say that the income you get already is not it's not enough for you?
Not at all.
At all?
Not at all.
At all?
Not at all.
Pablo, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Because let's take it. Last year, we were our fare was increased multiple of times. Like
that's our fuel, right?
Yeah, it was increased, and it affect our fare. So let's take it. I'm being paid 400 cedis a month, and I save 50 cedis every month out of my salary. And now it has been the fares has been increased several times, like 4 times or 5 times in that year. So if I'm earning that 50 cedis, I'm saving that 50 cedis for maybe to get a business being done. And now because of the multiplier of the fares and things that are being the economy we are all facing, then that means that 50 cedis I can save.
So that's to say that for you, it's being able to balance the increase in livelihoods,
yes,
and all of that. Levite, you also bet. Yeah. I want to find out, how long have you been betting?
For 4 years now, I would say.
4 years? Well, that's a long time. And that means that you've made a lot of money between the period?
Quite.
Sizable amount.
Yeah.
And you also agree with the likes of Pablo and Richard that this is to add up to your income?
Yeah, very true. Because, for instance, I'm a student, and it's not all the time that you can go to your parents for money. And right now, you don't have a really legit certificate for a job, so you can't get really a big job, that can fetch you enough income. So this is what we do, quite safe, And if you read the letter, things were captured in. If the government go ahead to implement this 10% on this winnings, then guys will go back to the dubious way of, getting money, which is very bad. So I think the government already is not, employing a lot of youths, and this gambling has made us, get something for ourselves and all that. So I think already we are paying tax. When you transfer mobile money from your account to your bet account, there's deduction. When you win, you transfer it from your bet account to your mobile money account. Even when you transfer it to your bank account, still there's deduction. So
the government is making an argument that they want to expand the tax margins in the country, and betting seems like a very big area now which is where a lot of monies are coming from. You've admitted that you got a lot of money from there. Is that not the case?
I agree.
Francis, you also agree because he has been doing this for 4 years. You as well, how long have you been?
Been betting is more than 7 years.
You be like you be the Methuselah for betting inside.
That's right. Yesterday like this, I made a bet sent to one of my guy. He staked the bet 300 cedis and he won 1,600.
Oh, wow.
Right. So if he took his 300 out, he make a profit 1,003. So if government you wanted to take a tax 10%, but through the company of the bet, you tax them 25%. Either they win or they lose, you tax them 25%. So how can you wanted to tax we the youth we are struggling because no job, we are just struggling. I just win a bet to set my business. I employ people. I pay taxes.
You and I had an informal conversation before we started this, and you said you got the money to start your business from betting. That must have been some big cash, because I don't see, is betting that lucrative?
Yeah, if I don't stick, if I'm sticking bet, sometimes I stick bet 1,000 Ghana or 500.
And that gives you a return of how much?
Sometimes I lose. So if government wanted to tax me 10%, so if you want to try to tell me that if I place a bet, I didn't win, you want to try, I should keep trying. If I win, then you take that 10%. No, that's not making sense to me at all.
That's an interesting, very, very interesting analogy you create there. This is Jupiter. Jupiter, you as well. You look like the calmer person, but I want to suspect that you are also as involved in betting as much as possible. How well or not is this betting thing for you? Because it seems everybody else agrees. Do you also think that is like the best thing for a young man like you now?
Yeah, I think there is no job opportunity and the youth are struggling. And moreover, we are creating a chance for ourselves. And I want to ask the government, if you lose the bet, is it going to replace our money which we involve in the betting for the youth? That's what I want to ask the government.
How much or how many times does a person lose a bet? No, maybe for you. Let's take a situation. Yeah.
For me, I try and then try over and over. If I don't win, I try, and it's not all that. It's not all that time that you win the bet. So I want to.
I get your point, Richard. You have also been betting for long. You are like the boss here. Yeah. What's the highest, if you can tell me, that you've ever staked bet?
My highest stake.
What's the highest money you put into a bet?
Sometimes 500, 1,000, 700, and from 1,000 below.
So you've not done anything above 1,000 cedis. I see. Now, this is quite an interesting thing. All of you, or a number of you, have said that this is because there are no jobs. What kinds of areas or what kind of jobs are you looking out for that the issues of betting is solving now, that maybe perhaps the state authority should be looking at?
They should create job for the youths.
What kind of jobs are we
that they
talking
can
about?
pay, that they can pay well. Not that you create job that you pay 500, 600. No, because somebody can use 100 Ghana, stake, get about 50,000.
And that's from the comfort of their home.
Yes, and that 50,000, you can use that 50,000 to establish yourself. Like my brother is saying, he have won and used that money to establish this one and employ many people that he's paying tax here. So the betting is helping us a lot. So the government should rather pray for us to win and use the money wisely to do something so that they can tax the thing that we are using the money for.
Francis, you run the business. It's a barbering shop?
Yes,
Okay. How many people do you employ?
How many seats over here?
So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. I think there's
I
another.
have to use 6 baht
Yes,
because
6.
of I.
Okay.
My other shop, I have
Yes.
7 workers over there.
So plus this.
Plus
So
this
that's
one.
like 14.
Yes. So I used to pay that. I pay taxes too. So I want to ask the government that the bets of the company, right? You tax them, right? And I heard that they said we the youth, we are lazy. We don't want to work. So that's why we are sticking the bet. So I wanted to, if they want the youth to stop sticking the, then they should stop the bet company. Allow them to
But is betting a lazy job?
It's not a lazy job. It's not easy. It's not.
Tell me how difficult or not.
It's not a lazy job. It's not easy to tell me that maybe Man City or Manchester. You said, oh, Man City will win. I'm not the one going to play the ball. It's just the confidence I have. I have confidence Manchester will win, and I just put my money on it. And Manchester won, and you say, oh, Manchester have won, so the money have won. So I have to, if maybe I stick a bet, maybe 1,000 cedis, maybe I'll do maybe 2 odds, 1,000 cedis, I win 2,000. If I win 2,000, if I take my 1,000 out, I made profit 1,000 cedis. So government want to tell me that my 1,000, you take 10% out of it.
But 10% is it so much?
It's too much. You want to take 10%.
It's not so much. It's actually too much.
Too much. So I wanted to ask, okay, if I didn't win, so government want to try to tell me that I should keep trying. So if I don't have money, I'll go and use it to stick a bet. Or am I lying?
Which is not something any of us wants. Levite, you are in school. Doesn't betting take you away from your books?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Because I feel the sense that you have to spend a lot of time on your phone and do all the permutations. It doesn't take you away from your books.
No. Right now, it's much easier to place a bet. Gone are the days you have to go to the betting centers to, place your bet. But now, in the comfort of your home, anywhere you are, you can place it. And now there are a lot of odds platforms. On Telegram, you can get on WhatsApp, Facebook, on Twitter.
So it's not just on the apps that...
No, you can get odds from places. People even sell them. If you trust them, you send your money, they give you the odds and you place it.
Oh, that's new to me. Interesting.
People sell the odds. So it's not really time consuming. And if you know what you're doing, you just do it and you're done.
Richard, I want to come back to you because you are the one who heads the group. How big of a market, let me call it that, is the betting market? How many people, just give me a number, actually, maybe Dome, how many people do you think actually engage in betting?
I can say it's a lot. There are many here.
When you say a lot, can you give me a figure?
Like
Abednego, you seem to have a number.
More than 70%.
70%
Yes.
of the
People living
indigents here in Dome.
Yes. And if you take Ghana, the whole country, we are about more than 80% of the population. Big men.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ministers?
Yes.
We know them. They have been calling us for us and all that. I know ministers who have been calling for us. Big people have been calling me for us. And I've been giving
Richard, I want us to get this. You've had a minister call you?
Yeah, of course.
A minister of state? And they want all
people. Yeah, big people. People have been, we know them. They have been calling us. But I can't mention names, They have been calling for us Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My phone, forget it. They have been calling for us. Can you give him 10 us? I have 5,000. I need 10 us. I need 5 us. I've been doing for them. So
you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a point here. Let's say, let's take this month for example. If I try, let's say throughout the month, and I win once, it means I lost more than what I win. If I lose 1,000 cedis, I can win 500 cedis. If you take 10% out of it, am I making gains or losses? I'm losing. So
there's also the whole question about just so that we get this into more perspective. Yes. The decision to bet is left to you. When the government wants to tax, like they do for everything. In fact, they're having conversations about things like even sanitary pads that are taxed. And I'm trying to just establish why bets should not be taxed at all. Because if you lose, is that not your decision to have gone into it and you lost?
Yes. So do they care about how I make money to bet? Are they interested in that? They are not interested in my losses. I try more than, let's say today, for example, I spent more than 50 cedis already. I don't know how much I'm going to make at the end of the day. So if, let's say, I spent 50 cedis and then I won, let's say 200 cedis. Profit of 150 cedis, you take 10% out of it. Where am I going?
Jupiter, you were saying something. I'll come to you, Francis. Jupiter, you were saying something that they're having pastors.
Yeah, there are even pastors who are calling for odds and even into betting.
You know any pastor? Like
yeah, I know, but
a man who is clerical.
yeah, clerical,
And they come to you for.
Well,
What would be the motivation for a pastor to leave his faith and his trust in God, who is able to do all things, to come and ask you for?
Yeah, because there are some pastors who said betting is not a sin. I even debated on that with a pastor. He said it's not a sin. Yes.
There's a story of Jesus actually sacking people from the temple because they were gambling. Is that not the same thing? And the pastor says it's not.
Oh, but I emphasize on the betting, and they said betting is not a sin. Yeah.
Very interesting. Francis,
I wanted to ask the government that I hope it tax the company of the bet. So if you wanted to tax us, then just go to the bet and tell them, okay, maybe that 20% I used to tax you people, I want to increase it. Because if the bet people, if they are not making profit, then they have to go. They are making profit, that's why they are more coming. They are making profit. So if government is the bet of making profit, you think the youth, now we the youth, or we are into betting, so you wanted to tax us. No, that one, I'm not.
are you for an outright no tax, or you think that it is just too much?
No, me, I can. If I want to say, if we are sticking the bet, government, you don't have to tax us because at all because
not even a percent.
Because if I wanted to deposit into my bet account, e-levy, you would deduct me. If I win bet, I took the money, deposit into my account, you take your percentage. So why the bet company, you know, increase their money you used to tax them? If you tax them, the bet people don't want to reduce their odds, we are okay.
Levite,
I believe not taxing bet earnings. I think we can't say he shouldn't tax.
so you agree that at least some tax should be on it.
At least
So give me a figure.
from 1 to 3, because according to the Ghana Revenue Authority, you are supposed to pay as you earn. That's the pay as you earn, and that one it has to be paid monthly. But the government is telling me if one day I have 10 slips and I win, he's taking 10% from each slip. That's not right. When we are paying as we are winning, or we are paying as we are earning, that one, even that analogy, it fits in, but it shouldn't be daily. When he's taxing us, he should tax us monthly according to the pay as you earn. And even with the income tax, we pay on year assessment. The whole income we get in a year, we assess it and we deduct. But the government is not doing that. He's taxing us daily, every single day. When you have 50 slips and we win all, he's taking 10% from each slip. And I don't think it's right.
Okay. All right. So apart from Francis, I don't get a clear understanding of what exactly all of you use. But this question will go to everyone. I'll start with you, Richard. What do you use your income from betting for?
I was able to get taxi and Uber, and I have a boutique which I've been operating.
All in your name?
Yeah.
Abednego.
Yes, a plot of land in my name.
You bought a
from
land?
betting. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And Pablo, how about you?
Yeah, me, I just started show for almost 2 years now.
Hey, that's just started.
Yes.
2 years is just
Yeah,
started.
But it has really helped me because my income I work and receive is not to write home about.
I see. And then Jupiter.
I just entered.
You two just entered.
Into
How long is
betting.
it just entered? Now
Not
somebody's 2
quite,
years,
not
so-
quite ago.
Which is how long?
2 months ago.
Oh, 2 months. You were a baby. So
Yeah.
at least. But have you won something?
Yeah.
You've won something in the last 2 months. And Francis, you are the one who has a business.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
Yeah.
what other thing do you?
Through this bet, I had a land. I built 2 bedrooms for my mom is staying inside right now because of betting.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So now you don't even need to work in a corporate world or anything.
No,
you
I'm
can do betting all your life.
No, I'm still hustling.
You're still hustling. Levite, you are in school. Do you use the money to pay fees or something?
No, my fees there for my.
It's sorted.
It's sorted. But
What is your-
I've been able to rent. I've moved out from the hostel.
Okay.
Yeah, so through betting, I've been able to rent my own place.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, very.
All right. So, well, we're still on the conversation. We are at Dome Pillar 2, and we're just discussing the whole new tax of 10% for winnings on lotteries or games of chances for all the betting people, anyone who bets at all. The government now wants to tax a 10% tax on whatever your earnings are. When we return, we'll go more into the conversation. All right, so we're still here with some young guys in Dome Pillar 2. We are discussing the issue of betting and the government's new 10% tax on all winnings from lotteries and games of chances. Now, Francis, we had an informal conversation before we returned. I just want to hear it. You say you introduced someone. Who is that person?
Oh, I introduced my girlfriend to bet.
So when you introduce her, tell me.
It's not that every day. Maybe sometimes if maybe I do a bet, maybe if I know that this bet is strong bet, I have confidence this bet, I'll just give it to him. Stick this amount. Or sometimes I'll send him money. This amount, stick it. Don't reduce it.
And so you mentioned that you have more than an app for betting. How many apps do you use?
I have Betway.
Okay.
I have SportyBet. I have M-Sport. And I have SuperBet.
That's four. And all of these bring you some returns.
Yes.
That's very interesting. Now, I am a very intrigued person. So I'm just wondering, apart from all the things you have told me, Levite, I want to start with you. Is betting addictive?
Very, very, very addictive. If you don't take care, you think that you are saving and you have to collect your money back, and that is a very dangerous thing. You try every day and you don't win. The day that you try to, today I'm tired, I won't stick, but maybe you had certain games in your head. That day that games is going to play. You understand? So the next day you don't have any choice than to stick again. Maybe the day that you say you not stick, that day the bet will play.
Purely a game of chances, right? But you're still in it. You're still in it. Pablo, you're shaking your head. Why are you still in it?
Because
beyond all the fact that it's very addictive.
yeah, it's addictive, like addicted if you are not careful. But it depends your mindset. It's really risky, like it's a risky work to do. But because of our work, the work that we are doing, the income, we are not getting it. So there's nothing you need to do, because I can't go and steal.
And all of the guys are on their phones. I hope you are not betting whilst we are here. That would have been serious, because I'm already asking about addictions. So if you were doing that right here, I'll be wondering. But beyond the addiction, Richard, is it true that people go for Gbala to do? What I mean by Gbala is they go for juju and all that to do betting.
Yes, I don't believe in those things, but sometimes I hear people saying that. For me like this, somebody have called me, telling me I should come, he will do something for me and you win. By me, I don't believe in those things.
But does it work?
I'm not sure, because it's about thinking and research. You have to do research about the things and think and pray for favor. Not that you go for somebody to give you some agbala or something. It's about thinking and research.
I see. Thinking, research. You people mentioned women, so now I am also wondering how many women actually bet. Do women bet?
Yes.
You apart from your girlfriend?
Yes, a lot.
They bet.
A lot.
I bet they go, why you know someone, that's your sister or someone you know bet.
No.
You don't know anyone who bets?
Any
Who's a
lady.
lady?
Any lady.
Okay. How about you, Jupiter?
No, I don't know.
You don't know any?
I don't know anyone.
Okay. Levite, you know why? Some of your colleagues?
Yeah, I know.
Your mates at school.
My classmates, ladies who we are in a group, and I send them out. Yeah, and when they also get some from somewhere, they post it in a group and we all stick it. So a lot of ladies are into bet.
So this is not just a men's thing.
Not at all.
But why does it seem like it's only men who bet?
You see, the ladies, they don't really come out to admit it, but they do.
They do.
Yeah, they come to our DMs and ask for what they do. They really bet. Yeah.
Interesting. Now let's look at the way forward. 10% tax is going to really happen as it is. What would happen when it starts? Richard, let's start.
We are just appealing to the government not to introduce that 10%, because it's something that's going to worry us. Because there's no money in the system. The system is very hot. We are trying to get something from here to go and try our luck, get something big and establish ourselves. So if you are taxing the company and you want to tax me as well, it's something which is very bad.
I asked this question earlier. Do you want an outright no implementation, or you want a reduction?
No implementation.
At all?
At all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So how about you, Abenego? It will happen eventually.
Yes, but if it does, I think it's a lazy way of making money. Yeah, that's what I think.
You think the government is just trying to capitalize on people's smartness and earnings?
Petty company is paying tax. If they are paying tax, I don't know why their customers must be taxed when they earn money from betting. You understand? Because they are not interested in what I'm losing. If I lose 100 cedis today and I'm able to win, let's say 300 cedis tomorrow, and you take 10% out of it, I think that's a lazy way of making money.
Pablo?
Yeah, I think if the tax is being implemented, it will rather bring a lot of criminal activities on the street, because at times I get money out of some of it and I help some of my brothers around. So it limits.
This one will reduce your money eventually.
And it limits the number of people like trying to make money on the street, like attacking people, taking their phones and other things, because they can get help from me. So since they can't get help from me or another person, they'll go back to the street and taking people's phone.
Jupiter, you as well, what would you do? Because like I'm saying, it's really going to happen.
Oh, it's very hurtful if they implement the 10%, because the company is paying the tax of the 10%, and we.
I think the companies pay what, 25?
25. And we, the individual, is paying 10%. It's very hurtful. It's very hurtful. And is the government going to refund our money as we lose or not?
Interesting. Francis, you as well.
If the government know that maybe we make a lot of money in the bet, they need money, they should come inside and try it. That's yes. They should come. The government need money. You should use the country's money to stick a bet and win and use it to. If you know that we are making money, you should come in and try.
All right. All of you speak very passionately about betting and all that. Are you spiritual people? Do you believe in the things of the afterlife? Do you believe in things like that? Now I'm going to ask you a question. If somebody told you that your lives depended on not betting, meaning that if you stopped betting, you would live long, who would go for that gamble? You are shaking your head.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Yes.
Hypothesis. Imagine that was the case.
I don't believe in that.
You don't believe
Yes.
in things
The only thing that can make you live long is knowing the truth. Yes.
And one of them is betting.
Yes.
You have money, you live long.
So far as I'm not stealing the money I used to bet, I make legit money to bet. So it's not affecting anybody. That's not a sin to me.
Levite, how about you? You are told that when you stop betting, you have a good life and everything.
I will stop.
You will stop.
Yeah, I will stop. I think I will.
Is that to say that you actually see yourself one day stop betting?
Obviously, I won't do it till the end of time. Obviously, some way, somehow, along the line, I'll stop.
You stop.
The earlier question you posed to the guys, whether they are for outright no implementation or, as I mentioned earlier, according to the Ghana Revenue Authority, you have to pay as you earn. and we agree that the government can tax us, but the 10% is too much. And even the pay as you earn is supposed to be paid monthly. So if the government is taxing us, he should do it monthly. Calculate all the money we get through betting.
But would that not be the same? Because if I take the money now or I take it later, is that not the same?
Putting my monthly earning there and taking 10%, that is different from taking 10% out of my slip.
Everyone.
In a day, if I have like 10, I have 10 slips and I win all, they are going to take 10% from each slip. And I think it's too much. So maybe from 1%, this is the very first time we are hearing of this. So you shouldn't start from 10. Because if he sees that it's very lucrative, he's going to increase it. Maybe from 10 to 15.
Interesting. All right, I want to thank you all very much, Richard. But before we leave, just a final one. Do you see yourself actually stop betting one day?
Oh yes, for sure.
You want to stop one day?
It's when I make a lot of money from it and establish myself well.
How much is a lot of money?
Oh, right now if I get like maybe 400,000 or 400,000 from betting now, I'm sure I can use that money to do something which will generate income for me. So I'll stop, and maybe the new ones will come in again.
All right. I'm most grateful to all of you. Thank you, Levite. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Jupiter, Pablo, Abednego, and then Richard. So that has been our conversation here. Betting, 10% tax. Whether it would actually happen or not, we are yet to tell. This has been Say It Loud on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Eche Atisu. Remember, you can go to www.ghanaweb.com for news. Until another time, stay safe.